1126s doesn't make sense anymore. Okay, you guys got to remember this about the 1126 date. The more we're up before it, say we climb to fucking 260, right? That means more exposure. That means more contracts in the money, more exposure on that date. So that means more potential price increase for that date. So if we start here, right, and go up, or if we start here and go up, this movement is far greater exposure than this one. So while not ideal for the purchase of options, this is bullish and important for a squeeze. The higher the floor, the stronger the pressure, right? Because ultimately we want to hit that really high price point, and 1,000 is far closer to $300 than it is to 180. 11-3, 12-3, whatever. What am I talking about? Wait, what did it? No, I was 11-3 was correct. OG rules. I was talking about the price movement on 11-3. That's probably why I keep getting them mixed up, because this date was relevant, whereas 12-3 is not. Why is super stonks so anti-options? A combination of misinformation and people getting burned on them. Clip 1148 to 1150. That's not how that works. Timestamp it in the because you're using that time. I need the stream time, Little Orphan Danny. So was the 250 move because of BBBY, or what caused it? Sorry if you answered. I just returned the call. I think it was ETF FTD exposure settling on its T+6 date. Likely those orders were placed on the morning of, and that's why we ran immediately at market open. That would have been the final day for that failure. You think the Supersonic post yesterday about SLD cycles? Theory closely aligns. Yeah, I've seen you Lee Nixus's theory. He mentions me in it as well. We disagree, I think, a little bit on what causes these cycles. I feel like his analysis of it presents like the need for a lot of collusion between the DTCC and the OCC. And in addition, I think it also presents a very wide range, right? So it looks good on paper because the date range is so wide. Blue Fire, thank you so much for becoming a Cornishon, man. I appreciate it. Cornishon. Cornishon. Any advice on controlling emotions and being patient when it comes to making large profits? I don't. That's hard for me. I've seen other people who are way more affected by price movement psychologically than I am. I mean, for me, it's just like putting money in and taking more money out. I don't have a lot of like emotional attachment to my money. It could be because I've done this so long. I'm not sure. I guess I used to be worse. I think my biggest failing is probably I get greedy. Everyone's got something, but the emotion of like the gains don't really affect me at this point. I think a lot of you that have been watching this whole time are more steeled to that anyway, because you've seen so much fluctuation in the price. That, you're used to the ups and the downs, and when the ups are looking weak and when the downs are looking like they're going to bounce, and so I think time in the market prepares you, but ultimately, you just have to think of it analytically and don't, attach your emotion to your position. You have to create a degree of separation there. Treat it like a video game. You want to get the high score. What line is Jamie bouncing from? The EMA 30 right here. And it does look like a bounce of the EMA 30, which is bullish. All of our recent bounces have been, at the EMA 160, um, right here, here, and here, 120 here. And, we haven't bounced on the 60 since back in June. So a bounce on the 60, or we haven't bounced on the 30 since, Jesus, last year. When we first started entering December cycle, we started running up and bouncing on the EMA 30, and we're doing that again. And this is another point of correlation where I think it's a good technical indicator that this cycle is going to continue to run, and this bounce could be realized in the next few days, and so it's likely that our price goes up. I'm just hoping that it kind of stagnates while people are able to pick up options. What line is Jamie? 250. Do you think MOASS is more likely if our floor is that high before the real run up? Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I think for MOASS to occur, for a short squeeze to occur on these positions, you really need a significant we really need to hit a significant price level. One where the illiquidity and the cost of covering and hedging become astronomical. And I think when that happens, we'll start to see positions blow up in a very real way. I do not think that 350 is that test. I think it needs to be much higher. Flip it.